So I just want to talk now in more detail around the underrepresentation of ethnic minorities in clinical trials. And we've known now for decades that in this country, some of the major ethnic groups, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Indians, and those of Afro-caribbean descent, have much higher levels of type 2 diabetes than the general public. And despite this fact, there's consistent underrepresentation of these groups in drug registration trials. And this was flagged by the University of Bristol a few years back, where they said that underrepresentation of black and ethnic minority patients in clinical trials must be addressed. So that was 2016. The following year, 2017, there was another publication. And this again highlighted that ethnic minorities are underrepresented in 5 out of the very large clinical trials that looked at cardiovascular outcomes for type 2 diabetes. And in particular, the recruitment of blacks was low to the point where it was less than 5%. And if you should go now look at cancer, there was a report by a group in 2018, and that report was picked up by Nature Medicine, and they wrote an editorial about it, summarizing the data. And this was really around, in the space of 3 years, from 2015 to 2018, the FDA, which is the American regulator, had licensed 31 cancer drugs, and 24 out of those 31 drugs, which is 77%, had less than 5% of the test population as being black. And this runs contrary to the fact that around 13% of the American population is African American. So the question really is, clearly, black people aren't somehow immune to cancer. And if you just kind of scratch the surface a little bit, what you see is that for 18 out of those 24 trials, 75% were for drugs that are designed to treat cancers where the level of or incidence of a disease is at the very least the same, if not higher, in black people compared to the Caucasian predominantly Caucasian population in those trials.